please welcome the MMA board member and managing director of APAC, MMA APAC. Please welcome Mr. Rohit Dadwal.
Thank you, Asti. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Salamat pagi. I am here to present a case study of what we believe AI will impact and how it will impact as we move forward in advertising. How many of you have actually been using AI? Raise of hands. Not many. How many use ChatGPT? Now, that's AI, by the way. So, but most importantly, what is happening is that we all have been using AI for a very long period of time. We've been using AI for over a decade. It's just that we didn't know that we were using AI. When you first started talking to a chatbot on an airline site or a hotel site, it was machine learning and it all started there. What is going to happen as we move forward is that AI has a significant impact that will come into our industry, the advertising and marketing industry. What I am going to share with you is how that can be measured and what's the optimization or the plan as we move forward to really extract the maximum value of AI. One thing is for sure, each one of you in this room have to work on AI as we move forward. If you are not doing it, you have to start doing it, because this is going to fundamentally change how advertising and marketing happens. Make no mistake about it. We've at MMA been doing some studies for the last 1.5 years on AI. As a result of that, we've actually come out with our assumption, our thought process of where it will start and how big that impact will be. We've seen this change over the last 4 decades, that every 13 years, there's a transformational change that happens based on technology. First, it was the personal computer. Productivity was impacted. We all use personal computers today. Then came internet, another 13 years, and from web 1.0 to 2.0 to social media to everything, and it impacted the way we started working. Then came mobile. The 13 years of mobile, I think, is just coming to the last phase of it. And now we believe the next 13 years is going to be the impact that AI will have. What impact will it have? We are not very sure. Unlike with mobile, we know everybody in the world is now connected. I think the AI's role and impact will flow through all the 3 earlier advances, whether it's the internet, whether it's the mobile or personal computer. It will impact all across and it will become the fundamental backbone for the industry. So what we are doing at MMA, we've launched the AI Coalition. It's a leadership council which runs around the world. We have about 150 marketeers participating and helping us understand what they believe their challenges are for AI. With that, we've done a research. We started this research during COVID. So yes, it started much before ChatGPT happened. And we were trying to analyze, using AI, what are the right messages that need to be sent to people in US to take vaccination. If you understand, US was the only market where consumers had the right to choose whether they can take vaccinations or not, as a right, legal right. But this survey actually helped us understand the AI, the role of AI helped us understand that. And last year, we started using the same methodology to do a case study about how, if it can work for the consumers in a vaccination environment, how does it impact in an advertising environment. So what I'm going to share with you is very fundamental. I'm not going to take too much of your time. We are a little bit behind schedule, so I'll try and catch up on that. You all know A/B testing. Everybody here is an advertiser, marketer. You know A/B testing. If you do general population testing, creative A versus creative B, if creative A is 0.4% return and creative B is 0.6, you will obviously choose creative A, right? a creative B. And that gives you a 20% lift on your choices between A and B. But if you were to further divide that and now do it between male and female, and you see a result of 0.4 to 0.6 and in a female 0.6 to 0.4, you understand the creative B will give you an yield which is close to about 60%. Now imagine if these creatives were not just 4 creatives, there were many more creatives. In this particular case, this is a case study that I wanted to share with you, which was done by Kruger. Kruger is the biggest retail media grocery store in US. They were launching their e-commerce channel on their website, and they wanted to get people to come to the landing page so that they can start to choose what kind of e-commerce services they would like. And what we did was we helped put the AI machine into their existing campaign. There were 3 templates, 3 messages, and 3 images that we were given. And AI was able to decipher the different messages that needed to be rendered based on the consumer. And in this case, there were 72 versions of creatives that were generated. And all these creatives were done in a manner that it can impact the audience, and the audience has an option to choose the messages that they wanted based on various facts that they had. What information we could drive out of AI was based on all these variations of time of the day, device, connected type, etc. And these 72, when you look at that as a 72 variations of messages through the campaign and through the population, it gives you almost about 1.8 million variations of messages to be delivered. Now that is something that the machine at the back end was able to decipher which message for which audience at what time, at which interval, on which device. And that was the predictive analysis that was being done at the back end, which enabled these many variations of messages from a consumer perspective. If you were to take that a little forward, what that really means is that you had an opportunity of almost 133 million interactions and engagements with the consumer. It is not humanly possible to generate those many interactions and decipher that from a human perspective. We all agree with that, right? You can't do that. And now, when they did this, we pulled this on an existing campaign. It was a digital KPI of measuring the success. So if you now look at the first slide that I presented of A/B testing, and there's an incremental increase from 0.2% to 0.4% to 0.6% and so on and so forth. Now you imagine that over 1.8 million variations, and if there's 0.001% increment on every message, or 0.0001% increment, this is the effect that happens. This is the incremental yield or the impact AI can generate for you of your existing campaign. And we tested this, and this is what we've learned. There is a significant impact that can be generated because the machine helps you with those many variations and scenarios. So initially when we started, it was a simple DCO. It was more than a DCO. If you look at this chart, the cost and performance effort on this reduces as AI starts to play a role. The cost comes down. But mind you, AI is not a solution for cost cutting. AI is not a solution for cost cutting. AI at scale is a solution for cost cutting because there is an investment in technology that needs to happen. So if you are running a $50,000 campaign, your cost of running that campaign, putting the AI tools in place will be another $15,000, $20,000. It will not start there. But when you start running that at scale and making sure that you are running across campaigns, what will happen is you will realize on top of that, when the generative AI, the variations are created, it is inverted. your costs go down and your impact goes up. And proportionately, it is proportionate to the cost. The impact grows proportionate to the reduction of the cost. And this all is going to happen. This all is happening as we speak, and we've done this test. In case with Kruger, what we realized was the impact is 2 to 3x. The cost is reduced by half. Not just the cost, the effort is also reduced by half. And there's a possibility of a 400 to 600% ROI. In this particular case with Kruger, we did this campaign with 4 brands. We did with Monday, General Motors, ADT is a security service company, and Kruger. And I'm going to only share this Kruger case study with you. But if you want access to the other case studies, we'll be happy to share with you. As I said, 3 templates, 3 images, 3 headlines, generated 72 variations. What we realized was the digital KPI was the conversion of people coming to their landing style. The non-AI campaign, which ran in some states, versus the AI piece of the campaign, had a 269% extra yield compared to the non-AI. E-commerce optimized pages. The click-through ratio for the messages that were specific to the device, location, time, etc., generated on a predictive basis, yielded 42% better click-through than the non-AI component of the campaign. But it doesn't stop there. If you see some of the numbers, transactions went up by 17%, revenue went up by 16%. We don't have the analysis of the margins. I'm sure Kruger was happy with it, whatever the analysis was. But this is an actual use case. This has happened and we measured it. AI optimization of display ads, this was a display ad campaign, delivered much higher. We expected when we ran the case study, the promise to Kruger was 50 to 60% increase. We never expected it to be 269%. And across many campaigns, I'll show you a summary of that. But what is interesting is we are going to do the second phase of this campaign, which starts in February this year. The variations are going to increase from 72 to 500. 500. Now multiply 133 million into the variations of 72 into 6. Now we are looking at close to about 3 trillion interactions possible, which the AI can help generate. And if you were to just add identity of the people that Kruger already has on that database, which is personalized, the messages can be personalized to that effect, and therefore the engagement and the personalization at scale, as we say, is far more compounding, and that chart that we saw will have much more incremental yield. We did this with a case study with ADT, where we generated 81 versions. What we saw with between all the 4 campaigns, and I'm quickly going to talk about it, is there was an uplift of 259% on the digital KPI on a display ad. ADT saw 136%, but it was limited. It's B2B campaign. It was not a B2C campaign. In case of General Motors, it was a video campaign, not a display campaign. And we saw an uplift of about 68%, only with 2 variations, not 72 variations. A red color car and a blue color car. That was the variation with 3 key messages. And then with Monday.com, it was an audio campaign. Basically, what I'm trying to tell you is it's possible and it's happening and it can be done no matter what the campaign is, whether it's display, audio, video. And in this particular case, what we realized is the role of AI helps expand the adoption, the opportunity of adoption, and to be able to expand the merit of the campaign that can be done over a period of time. But remember, All this is for a personalization and at scale basis, because that is where AI can really contribute and help. So the testing benefits of this, if you were to look at it, will dynamically drive creative optimization also, which means along with predictive generative AI, your understanding of the merit of what you are trying to achieve, which is your digital KPI, has to be very clear. Because if you are able to do that, then you can start to measure specifics of that to the last possible interaction on a last possible creative that you have. Even if it's the 500th creative, you can see what result and what optimization and what benefit you can get with that message versus the first message. So that horizon is very broad. So how do we leverage this possibility, this opportunity? And I wanted to open it out for Indonesia. We can do this campaign for you. Unlike in the past, when I've come and shared some of these case studies, we've done a couple of those case studies across Asia. This is a tool and a methodology that has been built by us. We can bring it to the market. If any one of you are interested, any brand, any particular campaign, maybe Ramadan's going to be the next big campaign that all of you are going to run, most of you are going to run. If you want to use and explore using this methodology and research, please reach out to me. We will enable this at the back end on your existing campaign with your existing partners, existing ad network and publisher and any stack that you want. Because AI does not need to be customized to the campaign. No matter what you are running, if you want to apply AI on top of that, we can help do that. It obviously has a lot of benefits: leadership, understanding, effectiveness, uplift, and better optimization of your existing campaign. You don't need to go out of the way to actually start doing something which you are already planning. So it can just sit and ride on top of that. The tool, the technology, and the methodology can be integrated into this. So that's really what I would like to present to you. An opportunity. If you want to measure this with any of your campaigns, please do let us know. And I think it will be effective, because in the past what has happened is a lot of these case studies, a lot of these research methodology, etc., is done in different markets, and we don't know how it will relate to Indonesia. Will it be impactful in Indonesia or not, and so on and so forth. All those questions are very genuine questions. But here we have an opportunity to see if we can actually do this in the market and see the kind of results. The experiment stage design is randomized by us. The AI is randomized. Media types can be audio, video, display. Process, you continue doing your media spends as an advertiser, as an agency. You have your existing plan. We will integrate the AI technology, and MMA will oversee the execution of that entire campaign with the research organization, with the professors that we have who have built the methodology. So if anybody is interested, please do let us know. It is something that I do believe is the future. We all know it's the future. It's just that how fast we can reach out and use that opportunity, grab that opportunity, and learn from that opportunity. Thank you so much. Appreciate your time.
Thank you very much, Mr. Rohit Dadwal.